Right, so this is mainly towards one of my commenters on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Ange R, I believe her name is. She's been commenting on my channel for a long time. She has some very good points. It's interesting to read them. And she mentioned yesterday about the Deagel population forecast. I think I'd heard of it at some point, but I've never really looked into it. But as is always good with the people that comment on my YouTube channel, it's all knowledge, isn't it? We're all passing knowledge on. I think the Bible actually says knowledge will increase in the end times, and obviously that must be referring to the internet. And it sums up what I've been thinking for quite a while, actually. That by end of 2024 into 2025, you are going to see a big population collapse on the way. I can already see the early warning signs of it. And I'll tell you what's just happened, and again, this goes out to you, Anjar, again. I've just been down to home base in Derby to collect a load of plastic containers to start putting my photo albums in, to store them and lock them away, you know. And again, like you said recently, it's a time capsule, and that's exactly what these photo albums are. The time capsules for the near future, when what Rick Mail said in One by One starts to come true, and it's getting close now. But what I was going to mention is when I went down to home base, I have to drive past the hospital. As I set off from my village, there was an ambulance coming past on blue lights. As I got past the hospital, there was an ambulance going out on blue lights. When I went down to home base and then came back, there was an ambulance going across the crossroads on blue lights, and then another one came past me as I was coming back towards my village. So 4 ambulances within the space of an hour on blue lights. I looked at the ambulance drivers, they all look quite indifferent. I haven't really got much faith in the NHS, have to be said nowadays. I can't really trust them for what they took part in over the last couple of years. And but yeah, getting back to the Deagel population forecast for 2025. Yeah, a drop of population, and I mean you can just type it on the internet and find it yourself. But it's getting her knowledge and her information out to everybody else. But yeah, a drop in population forecast of America by 70%. In the UK, is the UK there? Yeah, UK, about 80% drop in the population, and I can already see that. Ireland, 72%. There's no wonder the flood in our country with, you know, nearly 1 million migrants every year, because they don't care anymore. It's like they know what they've done, and they're just kind of sitting back and letting it happen now. And there's a reason the mainstream media isn't reporting it, because it's owned by satanic demons. Luxembourg 60%, and then from Israel down it's like 50%. Belgium doesn't look too bad. Drop of 30% of the population. Small countries are like America and Britain, obviously huge populations, and they're due to drop by over 2/3, nearly 3/4. In the case of the UK, and again this sums up why I do what I do with the photography. I'm recording I'm convinced this is the near future. I don't think this is bullshit. I think this is actually what's going to happen. Maybe it'll take a little bit longer. Maybe it will take a bit longer. I don't know. And yeah, I don't know if it's anything to really be scared of. It's going to happen, and I suppose what you can say is if you didn't take part in that procedure, then it's going to be an interesting time to watch what happens and how things pan out. I'd like to think we can. I'll tell you what, I'm from Derbyshire, right? And you know, Derbyshire's full of caves, so I already know where I'm going to go to. Caves, rivers, you know, ditches. It'd be probably quite exciting, really. You know, like it's like these zombie apocalypse movies and what have you. Yeah, so there is an element. I remember back in 2020, I had that feeling already. 2020 was like a bit of a glimpse into the near future, and in some ways it was quite nice. There's a lot of idiots and weirdos knocking about in the modern world, and maybe I was only saying to a mate recently, we do need probably a great reset of some sort, to shake things up, because I don't think this modern way of living is doing anyone any favours at all. It's what's the old saying about good times create weak men and hard times create strong men? Well, that's nature, isn't it? If you domesticate yourself and like wrap yourself up all cosy in your flat, then you will get soft and soppy, won't you? and that's what's happened over the last 60 years. We've been deliberately given all this comfort, probably to dumb us down and domesticate us and weaken us to the point right now. You could go the other way and become like Eddie Hall or something and end up deadlifting 500 kilograms, but not everyone's like that, are they? That's a very small percentage. So the remainder of the... Just to finish on, this is a clip from a movie called They Live, which is a fantastic movie from 1988. Pretty much all that's happened in that, everything that was in that movie projected was kind of, is happening now basically. And this particular clip always stuck with me, where in the underground meeting with the aliens, they talk about the year 2025, where the world will be under their control basically.
Our projections show that by the year 2025, not only America, but the entire planet will be under the protection and the dominion of this power alliance. The gains have been substantial, both for ourselves and for you, the human power elite.